Welcome to this freaking crazy live stream. How are you?
In life or like absolutely nothing with people.
Babe, it's crazy. It's stupid. All right, guys that are asking questions on the left-hand side of our screen, hold on for a second because we have to go through a little bit of our love. So, here's the sad part. I have such a horrible memory um, that I have zero recollection what our Tic Tac joke was about. I have no
Okay.
idea. Do you remember? You don't remember either? You don't
I,
remember either.
I know that we've made a joke about it. We have a thing. I know we've talked about it in videos. We've never revealed it to this day. And perhaps, hey, maybe you guys are tuning in for an exclusive to learn what Tic Tac finally means. Guess what? This is not
We
the.
we don't know. Are you serious? You don't remember.
Maybe 10 years ago, maybe we'd have a chance. But right now, we don't remember.
I was so hoping that your young brain would remember.
More though. Yeah.
Dang it. All
Nope.
right. Well, we have no idea what Tic Tac means, but we laughed about it for ages, I guess.
No idea. And we tell people when you see her, tell her Tic Tac.
Tic Tac, Tic Tac,
Tac.
knick knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Why can't
Okay. What?
I join? I want to see the people who can't because I'm on different platform. Is that what it is?
Say that again.
People that have joined us. Do I get to see or no?
Do you get to see their faces?
And like they're a little.
No,
Uh,
you get to read what they're saying to you on the left-hand side of the screen. Can you see it or no?
Lorna.
Lorna Bird, for the love of God, help us quickly. I
Let's
can
see.
see.
Okay. No, I don't see anything. It's fine. You can tell me.
I can read some to you. But wait, first I have to put on my lenses as well.
Ah,
I'm
Which
still here.
can I just say this? I was
yeah.
either going with black this evening or lavender, and Trish chose lavender.
So
I'm going with lavender.
I see a logo, a streaming show that has a cute little blondie girl with like the lavender thing. It's going to become your thing. I'm just saying. Right?
Lovely, lovely. All right. Okay, I'm gonna read you some things.
Okay.
Um, so,
Good.
okay, this is something that's like outside of it's in my world. It's a bit outside of your world, but I'll ask you the question. What are your thoughts on the AEW?
Oh. Um. I'm going to say the generic answer that everyone's saying, but it's true. Competition is a good thing.
I
You
agree.
know, thing, and I think it. As far as having an extra outlet for wrestlers, there's so. I feel like wrestling. Back in the day, like, oh, I'm a waitress. Everybody was a waitress, like when we were younger. Now it's like it feels like everybody is a wrestler, but like there's only so many places you can go to perform, and of course everyone wants to perform in the big leagues. Everyone wants to perform on television. So I think it's great to have another outlet for someone, another platform for future superstars to strive towards. And overall, I just competition is a good thing. I think like definitely WWE has an eye on the show itself and on the superstars over there, and I think it's going to make things interesting. So I'm excited to see where they go. I believe there's a pay-per-view like tonight, like shortly,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. And one of the things that I feel is if you think of like in terms of the NFL, like how many different teams you have so that when it comes time, if this team doesn't want you, you have this plethora of other
Yeah.
teams that could potentially want you for their own. Like we haven't had that in a long time, and I think that is such a wonderful thing when it's time to negotiate a contract. We need that. Like that's been gone for a long time. Once Vince bought WCW, ECW, like that was gone. You had no like bargaining power. So
Also, I think aspect like sometimes also right, not a fit for you. So like right, he's that this was a fit for him. So I feel like that option because not everyone's going to fit into this square, this circle. Maybe you're a square peg. You got somewhere else to go, kind of thing.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, let me scroll down and see if I can give you some more. Trish Terry, the HLA segment, where were you two ever going to do that spot? Okay, I will answer before I even let Trisha answer. I would have never done that spot. I was a big proponent of the double entendre where you made the adult, like you gave that seduction and that sassiness where only an adult would understand it, where a kid wouldn't. And that whole HLA thing was like blatant. And I remember my daughter asking me, "Mommy, why are these two women kissing?" And like that put me in a bad spot. Like I have, like, I don't care how you're born, what, who you love, what you love. I'm all down with that. But I just feel like in wrestling, that was a little much for a younger crowd. It just was not appropriate. I never liked it, never did. I'll let Trish say her piece.
No, and I'm the way, and it's really like close to home for you at home, and you are aware of like the audience that's tuned in. So I never, yeah, I was lucky enough to avoid
Yeah,
any of
you were
that.
not a mommy back then, right? Yeah, yeah,
But I did have nephews that had her boys, and to me, it was like I always looked at, can my boys, can my son or my nephews watch this? Are they going to be okay with this? And as my sister would be like, oh, what do I say? That is awkward, right?
yeah,
I wasn't a big fan of that time, and I think I luckily avoided most of it. I know I got asked if there was a particular time I got asked to be involved in it, and I politely declined. Might have gotten punished. I'm not sure
yeah,
afterwards, but yeah, I wasn't involved. So, and I would have like, not. I would. My answer would have always been no on that. So
yeah.
like, I was.
And the only other one that I felt was just like I hated the storyline that they did with me, where the whole like I lost the baby, like I was pregnant and I lost the baby. I fought that so hard, but anyway, it happened. But the other one that really bothered me the most was the whole thing with Cain and necrophilia. Like again, how do you explain necrophilia to your child? And that's not cool to put on TV. I'm sorry. Like that and the HLA and the whole miscarriage, pregnancy miscarriage thing with me were the only things that I truly hated. I often say that I never liked like the paddle on the pole match, like the crap you and I did. Like I love you with all my heart, but I never wanted to dress like that and climb up a pole and you spank my ass. Like what the
That's okay.
hell? What'd you say?
You want a private.
Yeah, yeah, let's go with that one. Oh my God.
I'm. I mean, I'll tell you definitely the that whole Lita angle. It's funny because sometimes I think about that angle that when she was with child with the demon baby. And I mean, it made such a great storyline, but there wasn't necessarily. Sometimes I think, could we have done this storyline without a demon spawn involved?
Yes, of course we could have.
But anyway, yeah, my only that was good feud for me. Like we enjoyed that. I mean, I like that whole feud was
Yeah,
really. But yeah, but it was involving a demon speed, and then what? There was a Gene Snitsky kicking babies into the crowd stuff.
yeah, there's been way too much.
Too
Um
much.
Mark Henry, the stuff that Jacqueline and I had to do to Mark Henry, God forbid. Anyway, I want to say something really quickly because you just mentioned Lita. Um so this is something that happened recently where we were at a show. I shouldn't say recently. It's probably been in the last year or so. Um, where I remember like, and I said it to you and I said it to her, like I never saw her as like I never saw you guys as besties, but that was back in my day, right? And then, like, I never saw her as like a loving mommy kind of person like you are. And then she and I spoke, and like, we realized like there's a whole lot of stuff that sometimes pits one of us against the other when it's not even necessary. And I felt so much closer to Amy after that, where I never did before, and I was thankful for that. So
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, I would say like I guess we were kind of separately doing our journeys. Like I say, one of the things that probably bonded us was the fact that we did our together. Our careers paralleled. We began at the same time. We ran the same time. When we faced off, it was a thing. Thing is, like we weren't exactly best because she was always with Matt, kind of thing, and or I guess Adam later on. But we didn't ride together. So when we finally connected and started to really like that bond was like, okay, this is it, was when we did our last feud together, and we were on our way to retirement. We knew our contracts were ending, and we hit the road together, and that's the first time we really rode the road together and like enjoyed it together. But we had a whole different outlook. Like, you do the road and it's just like this exhausting grind, and you're just hitting the hotels, arenas, workout, da da da. But this time around, we knew the end was on, like we could see it in the horizon. And so I think, because look at me talking with my hands, so
go,
distracted.
girl, you go, you go.
Peekaboo. Um, I'm gonna try. This is gonna be my work. Is speaking.
We understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
Okay, you'll still understand without my emotions. Interesting.
A
Uh,
B C D. I can do the alphabet. That's all I can do in sign language. But go ahead.
it goes back up. Good to know. In case. But last round like really great for us because at that point we were like, okay, we're in Memphis, let's go to Graceland. Like we didn't do any of that tour stuff and like stuff that you're like, oh my god, like you look at it differently when you're busy on the road and you're just like in this grind and you're just like I do this, my body does this, where you're like this, you know what I mean? And you're just like constantly going through the motions and you don't even like really realize how amazing it is, and only a handful of people in this world are able to do what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, okay, so perspective, I'm like, oh, folks, we get to travel all these places. Let's enjoy it. So, and then of course have someone to do it with is great too. So that last leg we did, and then that over that last match was a special moment we shared. And I would say we really connected a lot, like after, like, because we talked about this too the other day. We've gone through so much together in this crazy microcosm of a world,
Yeah.
and so when you exit it, there's only so many people who know what you're going through, how you're feeling when you exit this world.
It's
And
crazy. Yeah.
was like kind of post WWE life after WWE. Like, what are you up to? Oh, what's next for you? And da da da, and that kind of thing. I think we really connected on those few years. And then Max became Max's godmother, and we made sure we always just saw each other here and there. I went to her place in Nicaragua, fun things like that. And then we started. I think it was when she got inducted to the Hall of Fame. I inducted her 2014, and I started this little hashtag Team Bestie online, and it really caught on. And people were like, oh, because he's a Trish camp and the Lita camp, and they were like not friends.
Right.
We can like them both, and
Yeah.
so we started this Team Bestie tour, and it gave us opportunity to travel together. And so, like for us now to both go out together, see the fans, and as you saw, you were there with us too, and and then fans get a chance to take a picture with both of us, and it's really cool. So, and that's allowed us to just grow, and our friendships really grown. But I find too, there's just a few people that you connected with, like you and I we connected early on, and we've made that you're still in touch with from the road, which is kind of cool that you have these friendships that are intact.
Dude, I love you like nobody's business. Like the thing okay, so initially I did not see you as a mom, right?
Yeah.
I saw you as a newbie, right? I'd been in the industry for a long time. I never wanted to wrestle. Never was my thing. Never wanted to. That was thrown on me. And literally, as you will remember, I would be taught moves hours before I had to implement them live in front of millions of people. Who the freaking fracking hell in this industry has done that before where you're not trained? You're just like, you came in, you wanted to be a wrestler. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think most people did. I never did, and I would beg Vince. I would say to him, "Oh my God, like I don't want to do this. Like I'll take the biggest bump from any guy, but I don't feel confident to wrestle. Like that's not my thing. Don't make me do that." And he would slap me on. I shouldn't say slap me. he would pat me, you know, and say, "You're going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be wonderful." Of course, he would say that, right? Um, but like I loved working with you. You and Molly Holly were my two favorites because um, you guys were just very gracious with me, knowing that I didn't want to wrestle, and just like seeing me through it. And you know, I would try my best, Trish, when I walked. You know, and well, we called it the Titantron back then. I don't know what it's called now, but anyway, you know, when I walked through those curtains, basically, my whole demeanor was, I've got this, and I am like, yeah, uh-huh, all that. Meanwhile, in the pit of my gut, I'm just wanting to vomit because I'm so nervous and scared, and I don't know what I'm doing. And yeah, anyway, I thank you for all of the kind and gracious moments that you gave me, even though I hated some of our matches or the name of some of our matches.
Well, and I know that like that the way you felt. But the one thing you always had is you're always game for like whatever makes good entertainment and good television, you know. And so that was really cool for you. And I think we did a good job, you know, always kind of figuring out the right thing that made sense for you, gave you something like you know, that would be something you can manage and not kill ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So great, huge bumps, and it was like you're like okay. And to honestly, if you look back, and I'm not sure if you watch it back ever, but you move well. Like thankfully, you had the athleticism. Like it wasn't like you were trying to make this person do something that they couldn't do. You were fully capable of doing it. So that was the cool thing. You were completely athletically
God
capable,
bless you.
and you pulled off everything. So you know it was always a pleasure. And then
Uh-oh, you froze.
these two characters I visioned.
Wait, you froze for a moment. What was the last thing you said?
Characters are going to do an segment on television. Period. And that's what we did.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm gonna go back to like some of our questions and read them out for you so you can answer some. Um, People are saying your voice keeps cutting out. I guess that's like a, I don't know, a technological problem. We can't handle that right now. Tell Trish I met her at no, I was just a joker. I gave her Elvis book and a green teddy bear. Hey, Trish, this dude named Dane met you at NovaCon. He gave you a daggum teddy bear that was green or something. Anyway,
Take his green
what the
light
hell? Hold on.
book.
Hold on, my people. Hold on. Um, so Trish, you cannot see any of the people typing in anything. All right, so I will do that for us. I want to get the good ones. Guys, I don't want your trash. I want your like good stuff.
Come on, give it good.
Okay, all right. So someone's asking for both of our opinions on Sable. What is your
Okay.
opinion? I'll give my honest one. You go ahead.
I don't know her at all. I've only I by the time I got her, and she came back, and I one like, when she came back. She was on SmackDown, so I didn't get a chance to really meet her. There was one time where we crossed over in the locker room, and she actually just said, "Wow, you guys are a lot more than we were doing back in the day." And she was like, you know, commended it, said we were doing a great job, and like cool. And then the fangirl in me was like, "That's Sable, that's cool." So like, of course, I you know, I not grew up watching her, but I was still a fan when I was watching. Me, it was like this, like just kind of cool meeting Sable, to be honest, and you know, beautiful. And I think you know, when I watched back what she did, I think she did a lot for the business as well.
She
She
did.
really
Yeah,
did, right? So I think it's sometimes overlooked. If you look back, she gave a lot, and it's like you know, because it comes down to things like when Tori Wilson was recently inducted, and everyone was like, you know, there was a big thing about her, like, oh, she's not even a wrestler and things like that. But you know what? Guess what? What's important here is the time the entertaining moments we've made, the sacrifices we've made as
yeah.
entertainment put in and given to you guys. And so I think that's what is overlooked sometimes from someone like a Sable or like a Tori Wilson. I mean, gosh, entertained just as much as we did. Just and did they wrestle matches? Doesn't matter. They are a part of the show that entertains you. Period. So I think she's sort of overlooked in that regard, and I think she's great.
You know what? I agree with you. I My only issue with her ever was personal, and that was from a maternal place. And I remember her saying to me that that she had to be on the road with Mark for him. And as a mother, I was thinking, well, doesn't your daughter Mariah need you more than your husband Mark does? Because he's an adult. And so I said that to her. And she said, no, no, I have to be on the road with him. I have to like cook his eggs on a hot plate. And I have to like, make sure he gets to the gym and he gets his food. And I remember thinking, because of course, Dakota, like I came
How old
in,
was Mariah?
what?
How old was it, her daughter?
Um,
And Dakota.
Mariah, at that time, I think Mariah was like 5 or 6. She was young. She was young, right? She was older than Dakota, but she was still very young. And I just remember thinking, like, like my kid comes before any grown man, whether it be that child's father or anybody else. Like that's way more important. And I lost respect for her in that moment. And then another time she said, "I'll do anything to make it in the business," and I remember that so well. But at the same time, I will give credit where credit's due. Like, first of all, I loved her body. I wish I could have like typed into God and been like, God, dear God, I would like to have Rena's boobs, fake or not, her abdomen, her legs, her entire body. Thank you, God, Terri. Like
And then
she was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She was like spectacular.
I'll go back to Sierra Terry. Not going to be this actually awesome boobs, fake abs, and these cute little legs you've got. Short, but I think you'll like them.
God
Yes.
bless you. God bless you. But anyway, I guess my point is that like I do respect what she gave to our business and our industry. And um yeah, I don't have a lot of respect for her husband because he exposed himself to me. And as people have known, I've described it as a pink feeder mouse. Like that's what his penis looked like, and like he should have never done that. Um,
Yeah.
but but um, long story short, um, God bless them. They're happy. They have children together, and I wish them well. And yeah, so I can appreciate Brock for other things. I just there's a massive disrespect that I have for something he did back in England when he was a newbie, and he shouldn't have done that. So anyway, um, I'm gonna read.
Here, but I didn't even. They had kids. I feel like that's interesting.
Are you guys hearing Trish, or is she cutting out? Like, is it only for me, or is it cutting out for you guys? Because she's cutting out for me. Terri, can you ask Trish to sit closer to her mic? I don't think that's a problem, though. I think there's some other reason she's cutting out. All right. So, Lorna and Bert, can you guys really quickly jump on and like help us figure this out? Because I have a problem hearing her, and the guys do too. So
And also,
you're not
no,
hearing me as well.
no, I saying my kids need.
Oh gosh. All right. So hurry, fast, hurry, 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 hurry. All right. I'm going to read this question for you, Trish. Well, what was it like to hear certain commentary from King back in the day that was kind of inappropriate, or was it just part of the show?
Yeah, I think it was just. I was kind of okay because you kind of felt like you didn't. All we knew at the time when I
Yes.
started. All we knew. So you kind of just would like roll your eyes at that. But I think as we started to get into more serious stuff, and also like the thing, it matched what we were doing, I guess you could say. And then when it would come up during our serious stuff, then it was kind of like, really? Did you have to do that when
Yeah.
we were move or that kind of thing? So that's the only time I kind of like, it kind of bothered me. But I think it took time for everyone to catch up. The fans had to be re-educated. Jerry had to like stick, so to speak, and along with like, okay, the fans are getting this, they're into this. He's gonna now, play along as well.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, at the end of the day, like I can't not love what Jerry Lawler is saying because he's
Yeah.
so great. And you miss that energy that he would bring to any match is just like amazing, and like it's Trish, like I love it.
Yeah.
So I'll take a couple puppies here and there just
No, yeah,
class.
no, no kidding. And I've said this before about him too, because um, he would say very crass things, and then like backstage, he would say things to me that were like best ass in the business, love that, whatever. But in his like defense, he never ever ever made me feel like, hey,
Yeah,
never, never. And
yeah,
like even as crazy as he and Stacy were with their stuff, which we all know, like that's common knowledge, um, they never made me feel like they gave me compliments, but they never made me feel like, hey, want to meet us at the hotel at so and so? Like never ever. Like they were
yeah.
the best. So yeah,
Best and like he's I mean, he's just great to listen to, and I think he added to any match. And I mean, to
so
be honest,
funny.
very clever.
Yeah.
Like, as
I,
like, oh, don't say that, but very clever.
I
I
have to
mean,
I have to tell you something funny, and I've said this I think once before in an interview. So like I had gone down to do commentary with Jim Ross, Jerry, and myself, right? So I have my little headset on, and the microphone is curled around, and all of a sudden I hear like Vince say something in my ear, and I know immediately that it's like I'm not supposed to say that. Like Jerry's supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to. And Vince is like now screaming and cursing in my ear, like say that, like. And I knew again, like that's not my line. That's not what I'm supposed to say. And all of a sudden, like Jerry said it. And then when I went back through Gorilla, he was like, I am so sorry. I had the wrong button pushed. And I was telling you to say what I wanted Jerry to say. And because I knew like what he was telling me to say was not right.
yeah, that's when
Right.
you
Yeah.
jump in.
And so, yeah, it was a funny moment, but that's another Jerry Lawler, like, haha, that I have in my canister, I guess. So anyway, let me look at a couple more because I know you have to go because you have babies. Uh,
And by the way, even when they grow up, they'll call my babies, right?
say that again.
Grow up, you're still gonna be like, I know you got your say hi to my babies, right? Even when
I
they grow
love your
up.
babies. They're so beautiful and smart, and you're the best mom ever. By the way, let's talk about this really really fast before I forget this. um Hurricane Dorian was about to kick our proverbial butts, and I went to buy water, and there was no water.
Oh,
I went to 3 different places, no water. So what I found was Gatorade Zero in Glacier Cherry. And I figure, like, if I have zero agua, I can at least have that. So,
you're
yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, so that's what I'm enjoying this evening is my Gatorade Zero Glacier Cherry, and my special little paper straw. I don't believe in plastic.
Good. Do you
So
know steel?
what?
Yeah, we use stainless steel straws.
I love stainless steel straws. This
Melt?
one, this one's paper, but yes, I love stainless steel.
But doesn't it melt? Gets all
Um,
soggy.
yeah, but not. I mean, not before I finish it. No,
Okay.
but I do cut it. Like if I'm drinking something short, like
Yeah.
this, I cut it so it's
Have
like
that up. That's
yeah.
good. And
Otherwise, it would be longer. But yeah. Anyway, cheers, people.
matching shirt, just saying. I
Mm.
mean, I don't know if it's planned or not, but noted.
All right. Oh my gosh, burp. Excuse me. All right. What did Trish think of Team TNA?
Of Team TNA. Threw me off with Team TNA. Of Tess and Albert. Great. Oh my God, they were great.
I miss Adam so much.
What?
I miss Adam so much.
Andrew.
Thank you.
The other tall
No,
Canadian
what?
guy.
No, no wonder you were looking at me going like,
Who's that now?
what? What? Yeah, yeah. No,
Adam.
Andrew. Thank you. Not Adam. Adam speared me. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. Good God.
Yeah, fucking big boot, not spear. Yeah, I know. That's such a shame. It's so that was oof, that was shocking. Yeah, those guys were good. It was great. Like, I mean, I was excited about coming in like as a heel manager. That was great to start off like that. And then like Matt was especially welcoming. It was funny. Adam, see now I'm saying it. Andrew and I, Tess and I had done I think we did an autograph signing because we were like both from Toronto. So we did this autograph signing together before I had like actually started on the road because I hadn't got my visa yet. And so we connected and he was really cool. And I was like, okay, good. I'll be seeing you soon. Haha, kind of thing. So then sure enough, here I show up and now I'm on his team. We're on a team together. And I don't think it was as happy. He was, but he was tough love. That's what he was. He just gave me a hard time. He just wanted to show me like, it's not all that easy. And, he kind of gave me a bit of a hard time in a good way. Like I said, it was tough love. Whereas Matt was just like kind of my, like my mommy figure
Yeah,
from the team.
yeah,
Yeah, so it was good. They were very, I mean, they were integral to my foundation, to laying my foundation and really who I became and what the beginnings of everything. Like, I mean, I always say valeting was like my most valuable tool. As you know, you're up close personal and you don't have one, no, there's no better learning tool than to be ringside right there, watching it, seeing the reactions they're doing. Oh, look what the crowd did. They're, evoking this emotion from them just by doing this. And it
yeah,
was great. Like, a great start for my career for sure. And, Matt and I are still really close friends and it's great, like I said, to make these bonds with people that that are still intact to this day.
yeah. It's interesting. I invited Andrew to, not Adam, Andrew. I
Mm-hmm.
invited Andrew to come with me to a UFC fight. I had scheduled it with Dana White that I was going to go and be backstage and the whole nine. And I broke up with my boyfriend like shortly before that, and I called Adam,
They test.
Andrew, Andrew. I called Andrew and said, "Hey, like just friend basis only, like no hoo-ha. Like, would you like to go, to this with me down in Miami?" And he's like, "Absolutely." And Trish literally like he did two things with me. Um that were very special, and we were very close after that. um and literally 2 days before I flew over to Afghanistan, he said to me, will you fly with me and come and celebrate my birthday with me?" Because I had celebrated my birthday with him, right? And I said, "Of course I will. Like, absolutely I will. And let me get back from this. I'm gone for 12 days over to the Middle East, and I'll come back and absolutely." and he died just before that. And it breaks my heart. Like, you know how much Ray Trailer boss, big boss man meant to me, but he was like so close behind that. And another person was Chris Benoit, which is something that, again, I can't wrap my head around what the heck happened there. Because if you lined up 1,000 wrestlers and you said to me, tell me which one would would do this crime or this thing, Chris would have been like in the 1,000
100%.
perspective, right? You know this. And so like it just it's I don't know, like the people that we lose, it's just so hard to deal with. And there are so many different dynamics that go with it. And I don't know. I don't know how I went down this rabbit hole, but anyway, yeah, bring me back to where I just like,
Yeah, it was awesome. And like, like I said, he gave me tough love, which in the end I knew was just to make me tough and to see it wasn't all easy and to, challenge me along the way, which is kind of like what parents are doing to do their kids kind of thing. So
yeah,
yeah, great. And then, and I think we became closer after we were not a team anymore. You know what I mean? At that point, because, he wasn't responsible for me anymore, I guess you could
right,
say. Oh
yeah,
yeah. But
yeah, but both of them were such great guys. Okay, all right, so
I think last question, because my kids got to, get ready for bed and
yeah,
stuff.
so I
They
wanna
might,
I wanna I wanna hurry up and finish this really
oh,
quickly.
oh,
Um,
what was,
what, babe?
oh, I think you went all robotic on me. Wait, last question, I think, because my kids may or may not have had dinner already.
Yes, last question. Hold on, I'll tell you.
And it's getting dark.
I want to ask a good one.
Come on,
Why,
guys.
why, why are people asking about Lil Kim?
She did my theme song.
But they're asking like stupid stuff about that. Hold on, hold on.
Gosh, I wish you could read these silly
I
things.
know, right? All right, I'm gonna end on a silly note. All right.
Okay. Tic
Um,
tac.
tic tac. Patty whack. Give a dog a bone. Okay. So, what do you like better, smoothies or Starbucks?
Oh, smooth.
Smoothies.
Smooth. I
And what
don't.
do you put in your smoothies?
Anything. Usually there's a green in. So usually there's a base, a milk base. We use almond milk or sometimes coconut water. We do fruit, and I always add spinach or kale to my shake, and any other little goodies in the side like glutamine I'm taking right now, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's we do. My family, we are big shake people. We we drink shakes. Actually, we were at the airport getting out of. Yeah, we're big shake people. So woohoo! Um, we were getting out of Florida. Luckily, our timing was good. I literally just got back from Florida. I just flew in, and here I am. So that's kind of how immediate it was. But I went to Starbucks, and I was laughing because I spent $50 at Starbucks, but there was not one hot beverage and the lady there was like, but did you want something to drink? I was like, nope, just so I was getting the fruit, the croissants, the water. Oh, somebody's coming.
Hello.
Coming. Come
Hey,
here.
who is it? Hello, my angel girl.
Who is that?
Hi, my
Are
angel. How are you?
you waiting for Mama? Yes.
You're such a good girl.
Say hi, Terry.
Maddie, how many fingers am I holding up?
How many fingers is that? Can you tell me how old you are? 2.
Exactly. That's so amazing. You're so
Girl.
special.
So do you miss Mama? Yeah. Yeah. You want me to come see you?
All
Yeah.
right, so here's what we're going to do. Maddie, I need you to say, hey, Mama, say good night.
Good night. Good night.
All right,
Right. Bye to everyone. Bye.
we're going to
Say
let
thank
you guys go.
you.
Much love.
Bye,
Mwah.
Terry.
I love you, my angel.
Love you.
Bye. Bye, baby.
Well, that's a good little ending. Have a great rest of the show.
All right.
I'm here
Love
for
you,
you.
my babe. All
Talk
right.
soon.
Ciao. Ciao.
Bye.